Here we are for the top-up show. Paul Daly from
Punters Academy. We've grabbed him.
The Punters Academy, but no, from
away.
his main product, which is
Rating
Swin. Sorry, I put a blank there. Thanks for joining us, Paul. G'day, Mark Lambourne.
G'day, Glenn Pollitt. And as forecast on the previous show, there have been lots of scratchings.
37 scratchings, which I thought was about right. And a lot of scratchings in the last race all the time because people and owners are so terrified of trucks chopping up, which is ridiculous.
Well, okay, so Paul, how bad's the track going to be and where do we need to be on the track?
Genuinely heavy, off the fence and straight, getting momentum from 600 to
Okay.
Well, that last bit, pretty normal for all racing, getting momentum, I suppose.
But I mean, you don't want to be sort of like waiting for your run and then trying to push the go button. You want to have some momentum under the conditions. But
it'll be looking for horses to handle it today, Mark.
Yeah.
Bit of wind about. What are you saying? At 7?
I'm saying 7, but
I'm saying 8.
Yeah, I don't think the wind is necessarily a factor. It's going to be a southerly, a light southerly. It's probably strongest now. Race 1, the highway, and Paul's done the highway this week, so I'm very excited to get some insight into this. Gordo's tips, actually, girls go ready and girls are ready, and Salt and Battery are the morning firmers, and I noticed that there's a 1300 match there on girls go ready. The girls are ready for 80 wanted at the moment. So
so very solid. I think we nominated yesterday, had a great chance, and it's going to start favourite.
Yeah, so it's a young horse. It's just turned 3. Paul, have you got a position about this? Well, this 3-year-old.
Girls ready?
Yeah.
I've got a longer than the market is currently.
Keen to oppose or just?
I wouldn't say keen to oppose. No, it's just there. Assault and Battery is a horse that I've thought had the best highway form and the best credentials of coming into this race. Gunga Din isn't hopeless. Admittedly, it's coming off that synthetic form, but it's got a form there that would give it some sort of chance in this race.
All right. Have you targeted a play there, or are you keeping your powder dry?
Well, look, I thought the weak link in the race was Scarlet Missile. I've got it much longer than the market has it.
Okay. Race 2, the Promise.
No one asked me anymore.
What do you think, Glenn?
No, I'm just laughing. just teasing them up.
The Mounting Yard Mail.
I'm glad you're not asking me there.
We'll be asking for the Mounting Yard Mail later.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes.
Go to Racing New South Wales, go to your tapes, look at well decorated last start, ran 2nd at Gunnedah and tell me you didn't run 4th. Just check that out. Did you watch it in the tape?
No, I didn't, but I wasn't.
I don't know how it's run 2nd. It's 2 horses beat close together, so check it out. I might be going mad. Unless there was a protest in the race I didn't know. But anyway,
check it out.
There
you go.
Bit of interest.
Race 2, there's a fair bit of money wanted on Wimlar here. There's 1200 or so match at this stage, and the 360 wanted. The overnight firmer is the Promise into 850. The Waller's taken out his stayers here, so there's no real influence on the map here, Glenn.
No. It was good to see Chris. I think he's taken out 8 for 22, but it was good to see him taking 4 or 5 out by last night.
Yeah.
So he gets a bag plenty of times. But I was pretty sure Rhea had been scratched, and I thought that Zalard, if you're trying to resurrect a horse's prep, today's not the day, so I thought it'd be out, but he took him out last night, so thanks for that, that helps.
Okay.
That helps. Interesting money for Wimlar. I don't know, I thought chewed up. What do you think, Paul?
Look, I've got a second pick and around about the 3-1 mark, and that was being kind to us, so I think there's a few questions against it. Helga's my number 1 pick there, but I'm not feeling
hateful race,
feeling
isn't it?
comfortable about that. Yeah, it's a pretty ordinary race.
Okay.
Song of the Prayer is not hopeless, but
Yeah, it's an even race.
the Promise is one I've sort of been. It was against it last time when there was some support for it
Last week, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm against it again today. So.
Okay, we're not saying a great deal there. Race 3, Adana is the morning mover into 320. 370 at the moment, wanted on the fair. Why today? I mean, I understand it's 3rd up, it's 7-day back up, but why is it so popular at a sticky end of the market there?
I think it's pretty well fancied.
Okay, so today's D-Day there. Have you got a play for us, Paul?
Look, I've got a Dana favourite, but not that short.
7-2-ish?
11-4, but that was kind. I could have had it longer. Irakanji is a horse I thought could improve with the conditions.
Should we be worried about 12 to 15 2nd up, lacking seasoning? Because it is a go-to horse, I thought.
Yes, but I'm saying that it's not an issue. I mean, it was 13-15, second up last prep and put in its best run in 12 months. So, look, shock alert's not hopeless, and a bit of a query on the wet. There's a roughie here. I just can't get rid of it, but I'm not really comfortable with it, and that's got unders.
Yeah, well, ran his best race with Star of the Seas on a similar type of track back in the autumn.
And I thought Pelophronius was probably the worst value in the race.
Yeah, well, Glenn, you're a bit of a feel for Pelophronius, but Rosehill runs a bit more, aren't they?
I'm not sure for anything in this race.
Okay, you're having another leave pass?
I'm having MYM today, yeah.
Yeah, okay. The first of the staying races, the 2,000 metre race, the Melbourne Waller horse Humboldt Current is into 440. 540 wanted on the fair there, a reasonable amount matched at this stage. Look, amazing how this field has stayed together. What have we got, 15 to go around?
15. Awesome.
Game on.
Interesting race. An interesting race for like a 10 furlong race, because they're usually blah, 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 but stacks of different little angles and different price ranges to bet in.
Yeah, we've got this unknown quantity Heart of Grace. And obviously the horse that's been racing in Victoria, Humboldt Current, that are taking up a nice big wedge of the market. Paul, you got a position on any of those or something else?
Well, I'm going to say Humboldt Current, I should say. It's my day of the day, so I'm quite large double figure odds. I could be totally wrong here. It's not a race I'm really confident in. I've got $5 to field. I thought horses like Monsieur Sassou were definitely in it, and De Crew, who's been racing so well, but obviously is a bit of a query in the game.
Okay. Look, I must say Humboldt Current seemed to have very flattered by the sectionals last year.
Yeah, look, I can't have it. It's one I'm going to be heavily against.
All right, we're not in Coffs Harbour anymore, so I'd say your lays will be flying. Will be potent today.
Well, it's later price, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. Feature, we're down to 5 runners. How much is this bloody wretched horse picking up, Glenn, for running fifth?
5,000 now. Hope it beats her on at home. And I hope there's a late scratching. Hope it gets to the...
Bivouac, $1.42 wanted at the moment. Can we get a beat or not? Is it?
What price do we get on the fair?
Well, I mean, there's 11,000 traded at the moment at $1.42. So, you keen to trade in that play in that area?
Look, I mean, 2's on, I'm definitely betting.
Yeah. Okay.
I think it's a wait and see. Look, can't possibly say anything about any other runner. Exceedance, I don't understand why it's $4.40.
Well, it should be much longer.
Yeah, I think so.
Got no numbers. Anna Heed, I guess, worked a ring off the other day, and she just gets loose in the lead here. So Bivouac sits on her. Obviously, that's advantageous for Bivouac. But Anna Heed, you'd expect to run some sort of race today.
Yeah, well, I've got a clear second pick, but that's pretty much it. We talked about the other horse getting prize money for nothing here.
Yep. Glenn, obviously, you're waiting for the parade. You haven't seen Bivouac get this preparation. We've even silenced him. He's fucking become Monsieur Marceau. What's his name? Marcel Marceau. Okay, the 1900 metre Premier's Cup, the race we've been waiting for ever since the prelude of 2 weeks ago. And Wolf remains the favourite. The movers, So You Win and Wugok, 2 horses that perhaps didn't get to show their wares 2 weeks ago and better placed today. Would you agree with that, Paul?
Yeah, I think So You Win sets up pretty nicely here. I've marked it equal with Wolf. I think Wolf, obviously the query who wins the track.
Yeah.
We don't know. Wugok's obviously proven on it. Cars offers in the placing, so the horses I was against is the Western Australian horse.
Okay.
Come Play With Me, who I've had a lot of success with, but I just can't find a spot for it anywhere near what the price is. So at 4-1, 5-1, I've got to really be betting around.
All right, we've got a brace of J. McDonald Lays there, Humboldt Current and Come Play With Me, and I'm totally agreeing with you on both those. Glenn, any last minute thoughts on the Premier's Cup?
Not really.
The Ming Dynasty presents as an interesting race. I mean, Sabadar's like 250 at the moment, although 315 wanted on the fair at the moment. Alligator Blood has got the most early trades there, which there's a bit of an opinion around about it. Paul, how does it fit into this race?
Not on my figures. I've got a double figures, so I can understand why some people might promote it. I rated that race down quite hard at Doomben.
Yeah, well, Glenn was calling it Hawkesbury, and I think that's not unfair.
And so the race opens for me. I'm interested in Academy potentially in this race. I thought there was a bit more merit in that Kendall win than the market might be giving it credit for.
Okay, that's an interesting insight. Glenn, mounting yard again. I guess we've got
so.
Kiwis and horses. There are some.
We got a Waller horse off a win here with a trial in between into 20-1, like a Reformer. So I thought I raged through the line the other day, but I'm not tipping it. It's an interesting little race. I want to look at number 1 and the Kiwis. The favourite all can do is improve it, but I couldn't imagine being on the right side of it at 64 in a million years.
Yep. The Penultimate and Hawks on the blow here, Desert Lord. He's been quite brave today, the Hawkses. They've left all their horses in, which is not typical for them, is it? They tend to be scared off by these sorts of circumstances. The stablemate, Grey Worm, has met some support, and so taken your tip, Glenn, is the best back runner in the race.
Still my tip. I think he's got a good chance in the race.
Okay, let's set up. Paul, where are we heading here?
Got Mr. Songman on top from Desert Lord. I'm thinking that I prefer to be with Mr. Songman.
Could work well for Mr. Songman today, couldn't it? I mean, it's a more of a grinding race than the sit sprint that he was unable to cope with there first up at Kingston.
And I'm against So Taken price, and I'm interested to get Glenn's thoughts on Piracy.
Okay, Piracy.
Just
little G. Buckley horse of old. That G. Pollard.
Yeah, came out a couple of times I wanted it and it got beaten there. Big surprise.
The Nightcap, God of Thunder, the other Hawks horse. Hawks' favourite is, well, they say 215, but it's 280 on the fair. Spanish Dream, a horse of interest as far as the betting's concerned. Well, I mean, what have we got left here? 6 runners, 10 scratchings.
Yeah, disappointing. Favourite hard to beat. I'm forgiving Black Magnum, going to give him one more chance.
Okay, so you've tied it up that way. Paul, where are we? Where are you looking?
The 3 good chances in the market, the 2 you mentioned, Roosevelt could well set up very well here.
Okay, and has drawn gate 1, which is fascinating. You know, you draw 7 in a field, and after scratchings you get a gate 1. That's
Never seen that before.
Isn't
That's
it?
a surprise.
But but I mean, it's small field, so
yes, that's right.
If he could run up to that, what it did at Warwick Farm when it found that the fast lane down the outside.
Yes, with J Mac on board.
That date and
has been a feature at Warwick Farm, hasn't it, Glenn? Remember, it was going to win the slipper off that Warwick Farm form.
I remember the run.
Yeah. Okay. So
Condemned is probably the one I'm against.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'd like to get a positive opinion from Glenn on Roosevelt, and if that was the case, then I'd probably be backing it.
Yeah, well, second up and trial since his first up run. Okay, it looks a tricky program, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a yo-yo with a few strings. There's different ways to attack all races. That's still a great card. I think even with the scratches, even mucked up the last race, the couple of 2,000 metre races, the highway stood up. I think it's great.
And there's no rain on the day. It's just it's
cold.
A track that's been made wet by rain.
Last day of winter, thank God.
Okay, yeah, it's not that pleasant, but certainly good to be at the track. Don't forget, at RacingRant, you get tons of content every week for $22 a week. First 2 weeks are always free. We've got our partner here from Ratings to Win, Paul Daly, who of course is the proprietor of the state-of-the-art Access database software, which is unparalleled as far as I'm concerned, and I couldn't do without it. So thanks for being with us, Paul, and we'll catch you through the weeks on the Punters Academy as well.
Indeed.
So don't forget, first 2 weeks are free, $22 a week. You can't do without it. See you soon.